All right. All right. You're riding live with Bobby Allen from the Bobby Allen Truth Factory. Terry, good to see you. I want to start off by exercising my First Amendment right as an American citizen. Hey, Jeffrey, what's up? To say what I want, Annie. Say what I want, when I want, where I want. It's called the First Amendment, freedom of speech. And I'm exercising that right now. Also, I'm protected by the Journalist Act, the Sullivan Act, which protects journalists and citizen journalists at the same time. I can record what I want, when I want, where I want. Today's a very special day. It's the 18th anniversary of when America attacked America. That's right. America attacked America. And the subject of this video is, what were the children told today? What did they tell the children that happened on 9/11? Your seniors in high school were just born or weren't even born yet. The sixth graders, they don't know anything about it. It wasn't discussed. I've talked to a couple of people from several school systems, and they only talked 5 or 6 minutes to the middle school about it, to the middle schools. So basically what they've done is they've carried on the lie by not saying anything. By not saying anything, the lie continues. The cabal, the deep state. Their plan had been in effect for 200 years. There's been many false flags. Every false flag they did was to start a war, because war equals money. Plus, every soldier that's killed, every civilian that was killed, that was one giant sacrifice on 9/11. And what they build afterwards, they built like a Muslim mosque, the big square cube, the endless pool. That's what that was done for. That's what it was done for. It was to give them a reason to go to Iraq and Afghanistan. And they lied to do that. They lied to do everything. Most people out there don't know the Charlie Manson murders were also a false flag. Was also a false flag, folks. And it's a sad situation that we're in right now. Thank God the people in North Carolina went out last night and got to vote and got that Republican elected, Dan Bishop. He came from behind in the wee hours of the morning. When I turned it off, it was 49% to 51%, and they still had a couple of precincts to count, and he came from behind. So that is another Trumpster in the Republicans. Everybody's got to vote, guys. You got to vote. We're on a roll here. Okay, the plan's coming together. Some of you are I'm just as embarrassed. I'm upset that we haven't seen more action yet as far as locking up some of these deep state criminals. Number one, Hillary Clinton and Obama. They're the two that led the entire thing. The Russian collusion was bullshit. What they did to General Flynn was bullshit. I would love to see him be the position that Bolton just got fired from. But it's amazing. They didn't tell the children anything. They didn't get into who supposedly was on. They didn't even talk about the lie they created. They didn't even back up the story. They just let it go through the day like really nothing was going on. They told a little story about somebody that got firefighter that was killed that the school teacher knew or something, one of the school systems. That was probably bullshit. All right. Might not have been. But those planes, the people were taken from those planes in Chicopee, Massachusetts, one of the bases they went to, another base in Pennsylvania. Diego Garcia is where the flight went to with the passengers out of Malaysian Airlines flight 317 or 17, whatever it was. They were all taken. All those passengers were fed to the reptilians. That's what they did with the bodies. Chopped them all up and fed them to the reptilians. It was a sacrifice. You know, it's the reptilians that rule this world. The Luciferian satanic reptilians. It's crazy. The sacrifices that they've made every time there's a mass shooting or a mass killing, it's generally a false flag done by the United States. You don't even hear them talking about the El Paso anymore. Here's a light coming up, says Trump to ban flavored e-cigarettes. So Trump's going to try to ban the e-cigarettes, which I don't care because I don't fool with an e-cigarette. If I can't have a cigarette, I'm not going to have a cigarette. It's just that simple. What does anybody have to say? Anybody out there have any children that went to school today? Did you ask your children? What were they told? If you go to the grocery store tonight, ask the child you see in school, say, hey, what did they tell you in school today about 9/11? I said that about 3 or 4, I don't know, it's been, let's see, 3 weeks ago, I was out with a very good friend of mine, and we were sitting around outside their fire pit, and I got in a slight discussion with somebody about what were they going to tell the children, and the dude wanted to shoot me. No shit, literally said, I got a gun, I'm going to get a gun. I said, what are you going to do, allow them to lie to your children? So that's what they've done. They've passed the buck on. This day's almost over with no explanation, no mass arrest, none of this. Yesterday, the anniversary of yesterday, Donald Rumsfeld told the Congress that he lost $2.3 trillion at the Pentagon. First time they'd audited the Pentagon in a long time was 2001. And where'd that missile hit? That missile went right straight into the auditing office at the Pentagon. The people that had done the auditing were struck by that missile. And trust me, it was a missile. There was no airplane wings in the building. The two planes that hit, if they weren't holograms, they started the explosions right away or the explosion right away, which I think they did. Other people said there were two planes that were remote controlled. You didn't see any parts. The one engine they found, in case you all don't know, didn't even fit the plane that supposedly crashed. And how do you have two passports, these Muslim passports, just laying on the sidewalk after the crash, and it wasn't burned up or anything? You know, there's some footage of an ambulance out there that at the time that all happened, there was an ambulance there that was full of stuff to drop around. You know, some paperwork, piece of that engine, little things like that. They always know what's going to happen before it happens. Just like the crash in Chicago where they brought a plane down that had a senator's wife on it and somebody else that was getting ready to come clean. You know, it's just a terrible thing. So do me a favor. Between today and tomorrow, hit me on personal messenger, on my messenger, Facebook Messenger, and ask your children what were they told in school, and let me know what they were told so I can give an accurate report and accurate information. I know that the people that I talked to, they didn't tell the kids shit. You know, they didn't talk about it as if it was a tragedy or a murderous situation. And that's what it was. It was murder. Absolute premeditated murder. They didn't want to, where the planes went into the buildings is where they had some gold offices where these bonds were coming due. All the gold underneath the Twin Towers was taken. I mean, it was a pure robbery murder. Exactly is what it was. All right, that's it for now. You've been riding live with Bobby Allen. Don't forget, send me a personal messenger of what the kids were told today. Keep your ear to the ground, your eye to the sky. Things are starting to happen up there. All right, Nibiru is here. We're just waiting on the sun. We're just waiting on the stellar core to break loose from behind the sun. Hope everybody's got 6 months worth of food and water. Ear to the ground, eye to the sky. Take a look. Stay alive. Peace. Thank you all for watching.